Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music, and there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the program. Hopefully we are being sent out. Right now, I am seeing 0. So we are having all kinds of issues with our passwords and the Book of Face and Instagram and all those things. So in the event something would happen to our Facebook page, watch us on YouTube because we're going to give that up. Yeah, it's just to the point where I cannot battle it every day anymore. And that's what we're doing. But I'm trying to see if anybody's joining us here. Hollywood in the house. Roy is in the house. And yes. Marie is with me. How you doing? What's up, Hollywood? Hi, Ginger. Thank you for dropping in. And we'll wait for some people to get notified here, guys, as we're going live here on a Monday. It is our weekend update. We've got a lot to talk about, including a great event this weekend for Halloween and all those fun things that have gone on. A lot of you went out to see a lot of people. And you all posted on that call for a post we did and said, who'd you see play over the weekend? We love it. And thank you so much for that. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens here. See if we can. I got notified just now, so maybe some people will start picking up on it and be with us. If you're just joining us, I will say, all day long I've been battling. Our Instagram got shut down. It is the Hall Around Town one is back up and running. My personal one is not. They told us we're banned from Instagram because of content we posted. I don't post anything that shouldn't be posted. So who knows why, but getting tired of that. And then on the Book of Face side, every single day, someone is reporting us for content, and we get those reports every single day. That's why we have the little red flag on our page. So everybody knows we're a violator. So when somebody can tell me what we're doing to violate content, I'd love to hear it. And that's my negativity for the day. So I'll now get positive. I hope. Stephen Bell in the house. How you doing? Guys, I still can't see. So if I don't see your comments, I'm sorry. I kind of have to close one eye and look up close like this. And then it really makes this ugly picture of my forehead and face. But it's the way it works. So welcome to the program. It is live at 5 here. And Backstage Hall Pass is it's known, and weekend update for a Monday. So 3 different things shaking today. And if you're out there, please give us a comment. Let us know you're in the house. I'd love to get your comments up and running here. Let me see if I can get some of them up. Glenn is on here. Happy Halloween to you, Glenn. Great to see you over the weekend. Hollywood, always great to see you, my friend. Got some pictures posted of you just in the last few minutes, finally, when we got some access to do so. Hi, Marie. How are you? Roy is in the house. What's going on? And I heard you had a good one. Roy had a good one over the weekend. And Stephen Bell in the house from Don't Tell Steve. Ross Davis, how are you doing? Randy in the house. How you doing, Randy Eldred? Good to have you. And yes, Glenn on the hi, hello again. So good to have you. And 0 Hour dropped a major announcement this weekend. So what were they? Somebody tell me. Let's get breaking news here. 0 Hour. Yes. Tell me. So we're going to talk about going back in our weekend review and weekend update. Tuesday was great at Mr. Burroughs, as our trivia always is there. It's fun. And the crowd that comes in there, the regulars and the folks, they're a great time. Wednesday at Heather's Name That Tune, the staff all wore Hawaiian shirts. That's my signature thing at Name That Tune trivia. I've done it for 3 years. I don't go to that trivia without a Hawaiian shirt on, just to keep it summery, even in the fall. But sometimes it's got a lot under it because it gets cold in the fall. But the staff all wore their Hawaiian shirts, and that was quite a thing. They surprised me with that, and we had some fun with that on Wednesday night. We've got 2 weeks left of that. We'll mention that in just a little bit, but 2 weeks left of that going on. So let's see what else we've got here. Dirk Turner in the house. Dirk, you were looking awful 80s over the weekend. You were, buddy. Hi, Rachel. Thank you for dropping in today as well. So let me get going here. Thursday. Let's hit Thursday up. Bell and the Bear Jam. Had the honor and privilege of being the host of the costume contest that night at the Bell and the Bear for the first Halloween extravaganza there starting on Thursday. They had it Friday and Saturday as well. Lots of fun things going on at the Bell. And what a night it was at the Bell and the Bear on Thursday night. It was dress as your favorite musician night. And people did not disappoint. Let me tell you, we had some good ones, and especially some of the band members that played throughout the night. That was so much fun. And if you look on our page, you will see that we actually posted some great things. And as Mr. Jim McCarthy is saying, hi, Jim Cuesta. I went as the music professor, Mr. Jim Cuesta. You may know him from the Jam or from the band DV8, Dreamboat Annie, and some other projects he's involved with throughout Cincinnati. Jim's one of the premier keyboard players that I've ever heard. And I had the honor of dressing as Jim and filling in for Jim that night. I really didn't fill in for him. Thank goodness you wouldn't want to hear me play the keys. But I did try to fill in looks-wise for him, right down to the tennis shoes that we had on. Same kind, everything, and it was fun. And Jim, what's going on, Jim? Good to see you here. Kara in the house. How you doing, Kara? One of our great Name That Tune players, always winning. I took it off just to see the screen here. I'm starting to be able to see some little images and things through that eye, Glenn, so I'm doing that. But yeah, I'm wearing it every other minute so I don't double vision and do all those things. So, in fact, I meant to bring it in and put it on, but of course, I'm running late as always and rushed because I've been dealing with the Book of Face and Instagram all day, trying to get our accounts back up and running. What's going on? Dave Worthington, good to have you with us. Absolutely. Oh, yes. Someone's getting a swing line or some packing tape. You're just handing them staplers. I like it. Crescendo, how are you? Good to have us. Good to have you with us today. Hi, Rick. Thanks for dropping by. Good to see you, my friend. I missed you on Thursday night. 7 West in the house. How you doing? Never heard of her, but love 7. 7 and his pretty family. Your kids look so good, 7 all dressed up. I saw their pictures. It was cute as it could be. And, you know, she may be Elsa for the next 5 years. If she's anything like our little Scarlet, she'll be that way. Yes. So I want to talk about the Bell Jam for a minute. Some of the costumes. Freddie Mercury, Charles Moreno from Bourbon Road Band. He was wearing the Freddie Mercury outfit, looking great. We had some contest winners, which I'll mention in a minute, but some of the other folks that were dressed up. Kathy Laverde, gosh, and you know, it's so funny when you see people dressing as some of their favorite people locally. Kathy was part of Kern and Wade, and Billy was dressed as Rick, and Kathy was dressed as Dave Wade, part of the Kern and Wade duo. Just some incredible stuff. Amy, I have to give her a shout out. She didn't make it to the finals of the contest, but I thought she should because she did the Ziggy Stardust thing perfectly. We had an Angus Young there. We had, of course, Kevin Cooper was, I don't know. Somebody said he was trying to pull off 7 West, but I think he was actually pulling off Brad Paisley a la Garth Brooks that night. Big shout out, big shout out to the Bourbon Road Band who came in and wowed the crowd. And, you know, the Bell is not a country venue by any way, shape, or form. It is a rock and roll venue, but they got up and played 3 songs, ended up doing a 4th because they just had the crowd rocking, and Bourbon Road Band doing a great job that night. All the players in there, really good people, and certainly added Shannon Schmidt to their lineup. It's the first time I'd heard them sing with Shannon Schmidt, and she blew me away too. She's got a great vocal. And so that was fun to have them there. And of course, Charles is there a lot, or probably every week, just about playing bass and filling in as one of the bass players at the jam session. But yes, needs stilts to be 7 West, Kevin Cooper says. Whoever that is. Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while, have we? he's ghosted us. You know, there's a whole show on Dr. Phil about that ghosting, and I'm going to go on someday and talk about Seven. He's ghosted me, and I'm deeply hurt by it. Probably going to need Dr. Phil therapy. I am going to need therapy every day. So let's talk some more about that jam, though. The house band is fantastic. There were people dressed as Jamie Combs. Sharon was dressed as Jamie Combs that night. Of course, I was Mr. Cuesta that evening. And yes, Kareem came as Kevin Cooper. So the house band was well represented. I don't know if anybody was dressed as Danny Laverde. We had a Cher in the house. Nicole was dressed as Cher. We had The Wall. Let's see, what else did we have? Well, I guess I can get to it. The one that was the showstopper, TJ Wethington, who sings quite often at the Bell Jam and sings in a band called Sons of Liberty, came dressed as Miss Jackie. Now, let me tell you, he walked up to me, and first of all, it took a minute for me to even know who TJ was. I had to stop and think. I said, who is this? Until he talked to me and I knew who it was. He's dressed as Miss Jackie. Now, if you don't know Miss Jackie from Cincinnati, one of the best rockin' chicks you'll ever see play music. And she's pregnant right now. So she just got finished doing the Women Who Rock event with us there at the Bell, and did, a Rage Against the Machine song, which she did with her pregnant belly hanging out. And I was joking about how the baby probably was saying, what the hell is going on? She was just getting it like crazy. So TJ had his pretty good sized belly hanging out, and he got up there and started doing the motions and all that. He ended up winning the costume contest for it. Lisa and Jeff took our couples prize for Joan Jett, and we, for lack of a better term, I named him Jack Jet. People are going, who the hell's Jack Jet? But just for fun, that was just a handle I gave him that night. And they ended up winning the contest, taking some great prizes home and all that for that costume contest at the Bell. Well, then when TJ won, he got up and did his Miss Jackie performance. And I'm here to tell you, I've been going to that jam now for a couple years, been there a bunch. The best thing I've ever seen there. It's got to be by far. I've seen some fantastic artists, some fantastic performances, but by far one of the most humorous and good performances I've seen. And he copied her so well. And I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when Miss Jackie got that video the next day and it was sent to her and she saw it, because I am sure she probably had to clean up a little pee somewhere. She probably was laughing that hard. And being pregnant, that's not a tough thing to do. So what else we got here? I'm looking at some more comments. Mr. and Mrs. West will be at the jam very soon. Well, make sure we know, 7 West, so we can roll out the red carpet for your holiness when you get there. We definitely need that happening. Yes. Rooster Radio in here. Good to have you with us. I'm going to talk about them in a few minutes. And yes, I thought that same thing, Kevin Cooper. Imagine walking into the door to the Bell and the Bear and seeing TJ up there doing his motion in his little tube top and his belly swinging around, doing Miss Jackie, and that was your first time at the Bell. You kind of stumble into something, and oh my goodness, how crazy is that? If you're out there, guys, make a comment. Let me know who you are, where you are. Let me see who's on here. It looks like the Whammies have joined us. Rob Paisley is in the house. David Thornton has joined us. Look like you had a good weekend, David Thornton. And yes, so many other folks out there are watching. Thank you for being here today. We appreciate you dropping by. And if you are watching, please hit the share button after the show, if you will. Share it to your friends and let them know, because we're struggling with our feed today. Like I said, if you're just joining us, I've been all day dealing with Instagram and the Book of Face about passwords and being hacked. And they've shut my personal Instagram account down because they said I was sending rude and non-conforming material, which I haven't. I post pictures on my personal Instagram, my grandkids and things. So that's about what you see on there, and our dogs. So apparently dogs are rude now, or grandkids are, one or the other. Oh, yes. Thank you, Roger, for that. What else? Who else is checking in? David Thornton. Yes. How are you, David? Thank you for making comments. Make some comments, guys, if you're out there. I'd love to hear from you. Finishing up on the Bell, though, TJ was the highlight of the night, but there were so many great players. Rick Kern came as Karras, right down to the butt implants and the boobies. I can say that, I guess. Yes. And wasn't he quite a sight? Karras needed to shave that night a little bit, though, but Rick looked great. It was a great party, guys. So much fun there at the Bell every Thursday night. If you haven't been there, please go check it out. And the Bell lost access to their page, as we kind of had happen today. So please, if you can, like their page. If you haven't yet, there's a tag on my page of the pictures from there. The Bell and the Bear tag in it is the correct one. So go there, hit like, follow them. You won't be disappointed if you follow the Bell and the Bear if you like humor, because their page is full of it every single day. Yes. Give Me says hi. Rick, I don't know who Give Me is, but if you're saying something else, I know. Hi, well, there's Stacy, the one that doesn't say hi to me. I'm gonna turn her comment off. How you doing, Stacy? Dwayne told me. Yes, he said you said hi to Mrs. Hall around town, but not to me. But that's okay. I get where I stand. I do. All right, so Bell and the Bear, fantastic Thursday night. Now, as most of you know on the show, I've been having all this eye issue. I'm not here for sympathy on it, but it's a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. My eye is it's a pain in the eye, and it's a pain in other things, and I can't see. So I'm not getting out as much. We did try to go out Friday night to have dinner and listen to Benny Bodine play. And we jumped over there for a minute to Crooked Handle, which is right by the house. And unfortunately, not unfortunate for Benny or Crooked Handle, unfortunate for us, we didn't get there till like almost 7:00. It was standing room to get in. So we ended up somewhere else because we needed to get home. And we couldn't stay the entire night waiting on a table, which is a great thing for Crooked Handle. So Benny, sorry we missed you, buddy. If you're out there somewhere, if you're watching afterwards, sorry we missed your show on Friday. We had full intentions of going to see you play for sure. Saturday night, however, Mrs. Hall around town was the chauffeur, drove me down to Pullman Lanes in beautiful west side of Hamilton, Ohio. Scott's Bar and Grill, Pullman Lanes Family Entertainment Center. And probably for the Halloween show of the century, I've got to say this. Now, picture this. I feel like the Golden Girls. Picture this. Sicily. No. Picture this. For a week, they have been at Pullman Lanes working, building onto their stage at Pullman Lanes an entire replica of a full-size pirate ship. This thing was huge. Front and back, squeezed in on the stage. And, I mean, what a sight. It was a pirate theme party. A full-size pirate ship, people. Not just look at the pictures on my page. You'll be amazed. They built this. They didn't buy it. They didn't go out. I mean, they designed it, built it. They spend their entire year planning for a Halloween party. Don't tell Steve. When they do something, they do it with heart. They do it with passion, and they do it right. And man, was it cool. It was so cool. I got to see some of these comments. Chris Reese says, sup. Is that cool for hi? I don't know anymore. Hi, Stacy. Good to see you on here, actually. All right. Casey Gomez. Yes. He says, throwing in a shameless plug for the Queen City Blues Alliance event Saturday at the Southgate House Revival. So there you are. There's a shameless plug. We'll have that one on our show for Thursday for sure. And what's going on, Casey Gomez? Thank you for being here. Mike Kuntz worked the Cincinnati Transit Authority Sunday at Blue Note. What an incredible tribute to Chicago. It is. They're great. Standing ovation at the end of the night. Thank you, Mike, for that. Yeah, I've seen them. They are fantastic. And, man, they are spot on Chicago, too. I love it. Love it. Stephen Bell says it's a labor of love. But so let me get back to this now. Pullman Lanes. So picture this. We get there right before the start of the show. Mr. Hollywood, who is a genuinely super guy always, and I'll mention him more in a little bit. But Hollywood from Pullman Lanes, he sets us up with this nice little place to sit because I can't be around the flashing lights and things, and he knew that. So he got us back here in the back of the area, back in the rear of the room where the lights weren't flashing in our eyes and such. And Mr. Hollywood then proceeds to go get Stephanie Maples, you know, the lead of Don't Tell Steve, puts her in this little cart that I noticed was sitting in the corner that I thought was a prop. It looked like a little mini pirate ship. And the next thing you know, Stephanie's driving it through the venue, makes a full circle through the crowd, and Hollywood running security like he's bringing Garth Brooks on the stage. And they swung around through the crowd. She made one lap and then got the final lap checkered flag coming in. And she went to the stage and took this little jazzy scooter type thing up there with the mini pirate ship on it, the dinghy, as it was called by me. And she gets out of the dinghy, gets on the main pirate ship, and proceeds to blow the crowd away with her musical production, grand entrance, and vocal power. The band was the tightest I've ever heard them. They're always good, but man, they were great that night. And I would be remiss if I didn't give Mr. Steve huge props out there, because he is the guy who helps build this with a crew of people. He has volunteers helping him. He designs and engineers this. And then he sets up the sound and proceeds to run sound and lighting for the night that is some of the best production you'll ever hear. And I mean, it is CD quality sound. It is perfect. I was sitting in the very back corner of the room. I could hear every little drum tap. I could hear every guitar lick, every vocal. Steve is a master. He does such a great job. And the sound was phenomenal. And that helps make the show, because Stephanie does a whole lot of crowd interaction. And without the ability to hear her, it would be a tough time. And I just can't say enough about Don't Tell Steve, their whole production. And Steve does this by himself many nights, like running sound and setting up and lights and all that. He doesn't have a team of roadies or anything, and he puts up quite a production. So secondly, then comes the musical show, and the musical show is full of songs. Heard some new ones that night. Heard a Lizzo song. And yeah, I mean, up to that, back to, you know, Shania Twain. And it's not all country people either. I mean, it's everything. It's rock and roll. It's Boogie Oogie Oogie by A Taste of Honey. So many great songs out there that Stephanie just powerhouses through the vocals on. And the fans that were there were so many Don't Tell Steve fans to begin with, plus a whole lot of new people who became Don't Tell Steve fans that night. Full of costumes, a costume contest that Hollywood ran throughout the evening. And there were some great costumes there. I mean, we had, I think the solo guy, which was the Joker from the Batman, the new Batman Joker. We had, the Shining twins. I think the finalist in that couples round was really cool. The Operation duo won, and the guy was dressed like the Operation game. She had the tongs, and every time she'd touch him with him, he'd vibrate, and it was hilarious. That going on. Glenn and Jill were dressed as great pirates. They were in the finals of the contest as well. So a really cool time at Pullman Lanes, and Hollywood did a great job of emceeing that and hosting that part too. As a little added bonus, Rooster Radio was there, and Rooster Radio was on the air with us there from there live. They were doing this thing live on the web, and at one point had 1,100 and some listeners all across the world listening to Stephanie's concert, basically, and Don't Tell Steve, which was really cool. And I've got to give a big shout out to Rooster Fries, who may be on here, and Rooster Radio for a couple things. They, for one, hi, Steve Stein. How are you? Thanks for being here. Thank you, Stephen Bell. And yes, Dave Taylor showed up as the guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show, the sweet transvestite. That was cool before his show down at the 42nd Tap or whatever it's called down there in Hamilton. Yes. And I was getting to DJ Crutch, but I'll take your comment now, Stephen Bell. DJ Crutch is another guy who, you know, what band has a DJ play between their sets? I mean, this is cool. It's great how it works. And DJ Crutch is great. DJ Christian D, a young man who's 12 years old out of Hamilton, who was there as well. He mixes up music, and I got a chance to talk to him on Rooster Radio. They made me a co-host for a minute, And I got a chance to interview Stephanie and had Stephen Bell on and Hollywood. And we've got some clips from that we're going to play on the show here in the next few days. You'll get a chance to hear a few of those clips as we do some of our other fun stuff on Tuesday and Wednesday. But Rooster Radio, man, live streaming this whole show across the world. And thank you guys for that. And thanks for having me on as a co-host that night. It was a great time, and I enjoyed it. Hi, Duane. How are you? Thank you for being here. What's up? Ryan Monday in the house. What's happening, buddy? Good to see you playing around and doing some fun stuff, as always, hitting Nashville up and doing fun things. And yes. And Rooster Radio, thank you for having me, man. It was great. I look forward to being with you again. Look forward to having you guys on with us, too. I'd love to have you on, maybe from your studio sometime. We can get a shot of the studio in the background and do that kind of thing. Yeah, they're a 24/7 radio station on the internet, guys. Look them up. Rooster Radio. Playing rock and roll. They are. It's cool. It's good stuff. And thank you so much. You guys were wonderful. Wonderful people. Wonderful. And Stephen Bell, thank you for having us. And you guys are always so nice to us. And I got to give a shout out to Grandma, too. Stephanie's grandma. I love her. She's one of the sweetest people ever. And got a chance to meet DJ Christian D's mom. Got a chance to meet her. She's super nice. And just a great bunch of people at Pullman Lanes. So now I will say how fortunate Pullman Lanes and Scott's Bar and Grill is to have Hollywood there. Hi, Eric. Thank you from the Kevin McCoy Band in the house. I just have to say this. If Mr. Pullman is watching, I don't know if he is. Sometimes he does. He tells me he catches the show some. Mr. Pullman, if you are watching, I'm going to say this. You have a gold mine in Mr. Hollywood. He is one of the greatest supporters of live local music and bringing your venue to the light. I mean, he works that venue like a champ. He is a class act, and his staff does a great job. He's one of the best general managers I've seen in the business ever. So big shout out to Hollywood and what he does down there. He is one of those guys that any venue would be proud to have. And I'm glad Pullman has him because he does a superb job there and working hard. And Rooster Radio confirmed that as well. His whole staff rocked. They worked their butts off that night. And I watched these guys just down to the guys cleaning tables and running trash. I mean, they just have pride in what they do there at Pullman Lanes. Chelsea in the Chain in the house. She had a great show over the weekend. We promoted it last week on Wednesday with Chelsea Calloway on with us. And she was at the Blue Note. And I saw nothing but great reports out of that one. It's just a shame we can't be 100 places at once. And the Blue Note killing it that night. Chelsea opening for Tantric down there and with a great crowd at the Blue Note on Saturday night. So congrats, Chelsea. And guys, thank you so much. Glenn says next year will be bigger. Of course it will. They make it bigger and better every day. They do. Let me see. We're getting a few more comments in here. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for being here. And what else we got? Lori in the house. Yep. Saying thanks to Hollywood as well. He's one of a kind, man. I'm telling you. And Kathy said that was a great show. Chelsea in the Chain opening for Tantric. I saw some videos from there. They look fantastic. And Hollywood, anytime, my friend. I consider you a great friend. And you do so much to support All Around Town Radio as well. I walk in the door and there's a big TV with our logo on it and thanking us for being there. And he doesn't miss any details. He doesn't. So thank you, Hollywood, for that. Guys, I got to check out. It is trick or treat night here in the hood. And I've got a couple little grandkids who are ready to go trick or treating. And we got to get them ready to go. So we're going to do a little costuming and have some fun with them. We'll post pictures later on my regular page for that. Just of those cute little granddaughters and grandson. So thank you all for watching today. Be back tomorrow on Tuesday with Top 5 Tuesday. And then our trivia as well tomorrow night at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. Then don't forget, Wednesday, I've got a special guest. Watch for that one to get posted on times and all that with a special guest on with me Wednesday here at All Around Town Radio. And then Wednesday night, the last 2 weeks of Name That Tune trivia at Heather's on the patio. before we hit the big finale Grand Champion tournament on the 16th of November. So it's going to be 70 degrees Wednesday. No excuses. Get out and have one more time with us at least at Heather's. Thanks for watching today, everybody. Wish I could have gotten to all your comments and all that, but I will get to them as soon as I can see and I'm able to read and write and all that. Quentin, thank you for being here. Get out tonight, guys, and have a little Halloween fun. Happy Halloween, everybody. We'll see you next time here at All Around Town Radio. Bye-bye for now.